Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new to the channel, thanks for checking the channel out. That's what I say every video. You guys can roll those eyes, man, and be like, God, dude, he never says anything different. Today, man, I just thought, with the success of Xbox videos lately, I guess I'll just keep milking that Xbox cow for a while. My last video was visually stunning Xbox games, and I think it was kind of misleading because I was trying to show that the Xbox had about 7 titles that could go up to 1080i, which I thought was crazy for the time for a 20 plus something year old machine. And then it's got like 25 titles that are 720p, so I just threw in like 3 of those because I didn't want to do like a super long video because, you know, people don't have time for that. So probably in the next week or so, maybe a week or two, I'll do maybe like a visually part 2, like visually stunning part 2, because I got lots of great comments about, hey man, what about this game, or you forgot this game. And I wasn't trying to, it's just those games, even though they are good, they weren't as high caliber as the 720 or 1080. So I'll do another one, but this time I'll actually put in viewer suggestions that I got in the comments, and then I'll throw in whatever, and we'll just go from there. But today we're doing Sega on the Xbox because I was a Dreamcast fanboy. I was a Sega fanboy. And you know, Dreamcast, once they crapped the bed, I had nowhere to turn. Who would console me during these dark times? And it was the Xbox, man. And if you know, it's no surprise if you look on the Dreamcast, you'll see that Microsoft CE little label there on the front. And so it was probably a no-brainer that those two linked up. And I'm going to be showing, man, I don't know how many games, honestly, because there's a bunch. But there's definitely going to be the hits in there. So if you're worried about, you know, not seeing Jet Grind or Crazy Taxi or anything like that, don't worry, they'll be in there. So, but yeah, we'll cover a few here, and you know, I'll do my awesome narration throughout that you guys have all grown to love. And appreciate you watching. Let's dive into Sega on the Xbox. Alright, well, in my last video I received a comment that said I needed to be more professional on this channel if I wanted it to grow. So for you viewers at home, to increase the professionalism of this channel, I want to let you know that I am wearing a suit and tie right now as I do this. So you can already feel that this channel is going to be more successful. But I digress. Let's hop into Sonic Heroes. Who better to start a Sega on the Xbox video than Sega's mascot himself, Sonic and his friends. You can choose in this one, actually, the different sides. You can choose like the dark side, the dark forces, dark side, or you can choose chaotix, or you can choose these three individuals here. And then each team that you choose, each member of said team will have their different power-ups that can help contribute, whereas here I was trying to demonstrate that Knuckles can throw Sonic and Tails at enemies. I was not able to pull that off, so yeah. But you know the premise of these games. Collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds, defeat Dr. Eggman, get some rings. But this one's great, man. I think it takes us back to the days of like Sonic Adventure 2. Really fun. Love it. Moving on to Sonic Riders. This one has always boggled me for many years as to why the fast creatures such as Sonic the Hedgehog would need to ride a hoverboard. Maybe he just wants to give his legs a rest. I don't know. I have no idea. It's kind of like if like the Flash drove a motorcycle in the comic books. I don't know if you guys remember that. That seemed kind of weird, right? Like, bad for the environment too, Flash. Man, you're already on your feet. Just, you know, do some more good. But yeah, this is an interesting one. I like this one better than the 360 one, the Kinect one, because that just seemed dumb to me. This one, I just rather just use a controller and play as is. And I think in the Kinect one, maybe you can just use controller only. I never gave it a chance. I just saw it was Kinect ready, and I just assumed it was just terrible. So I've only played this one. I like this one. It's also on GameCube and PlayStation 2. So for you cross-platform folks that are watching, I threw this one in here. It's the Sonic Mega Collection Plus, just to show that there's, you know, these classic Sega Genesis games on one disc for you, and you can unlock bonus games like the Ooze here and Comic Zone, and there's some other stuff you can unlock. The more you play, then you can unlock different games on there. But yeah, you get the Genesis and the Sega Game Gear games on here. Pretty cool little collection just to have. Here's another one, Shadow the Hedgehog. I've never played this one before. I'm not sure why. I don't know how it skipped me. It might have just been during a time when I was doing something different, or maybe I wasn't into games as much. But this is pretty cool. Apparently he suffers from amnesia and attempting to learn about, you know, his past and trying to stop this would-be alien invasion of Earth. So weirdly enough in this one too, he can shoot guns. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing, but it's weird to see a Sonic type character running around, you know, popping caps. But hey, whatever works, Sega. You do you. But yeah, I'm definitely going to explore this one more as a big fan of Sonic games and see. I remember, I think this game might have received some poor praise from critics, but I can't recall. So someone in the comments can let me know. Like, yeah, Rob, I think that game was trash. Ooh, here's Iron Phoenix. This one also is new to me. It plays kind of like those shooters from the Dreamcast days. You can play up to 16 players. Here right now is only 3 because I'm just playing normal. But you can play up to 16 players online, Xbox Live, and it's crazy. You run around here and fight, and you know, it's the last person standing to survive. This has players engaging in a premise based on mythical legends. Here it says Chinese martial arts, placing them in beautiful arenas and wide open outdoor environments. Thank you, Internet. See? The suit's working. Oh man. Alright, here we go. Jet Set Radio. This is it. This is like this is a must own right here for you. This obviously started for me. A lot of these games started for me from Dreamcast. I was a Sega fanboy. I'm not going to be ashamed to admit that. I don't know why I chose Sega. I just did when I was 16. But a lot of these are Dreamcast games. And the Xbox, to me, always felt like it was the Dreamcast reborn. And if you look on the front of the Dreamcast, like, you know, I think I've said, you can see that Microsoft CE symbol on the front. So you knew, like, this is just a match made in heaven. But this one, man, is fantastic. Great music, great graphics, just unbelievably fun gameplay. Go around, graffiti, tag your area, stop the rival gangs, avoid the cops. The Xbox 360 one is also beautiful. These are just fantastic games. I can never get enough of these. Here's another one I never played before, Gun Valkyrie. Also a really interesting game, and the controls at first took me a minute to get used to, but once you've mastered the controls, this gameplay is amazing. It looks amazing. It's a fun shooter. It's set in an alternate history of science fiction where apparently the British Empire rules Earth and various extrasolar planets. So, but you'll also be exterminating giant insects that infest the colonies of the planet Tira Nanog. So this was actually a game that was in development for the Dreamcast. So there you go. I mean, I keep bringing up the magical Dreamcast, and yeah, this is a fun one. I can't believe this one's missed my radar for whatever reason, but I'm glad I'm starting to play it now. Headhunter Redemption is the sequel to, you guessed it, Headhunter. Correct. You have won at home, contestants. But this is, yeah, action adventure game. You have to solve puzzles, which is really cool. Sometimes you have to figure your way out of rooms and stuff. The shooting mechanics on this is fantastic. I just saw this in Gamer Amer's video the other day. She was talking about Xbox titles that need to come back, and I could see why she picked this one. There's a few that I've got in this video that she picked in hers as well. Her video, like I said, was more though about titles coming back, and the ones that I threw in here, I definitely agree with her though. A lot of these titles I think need to come back, have some modern day introductions, to a new fan base. But I really like this one, and I'm glad I started playing this one too. All right, House of the Dead, man. What system wouldn't be complete without a House of the Dead on it? This is House of the Dead 3, also contains House of the Dead 2, which I believe you have to unlock, and I think there's also an arcade mode in here for some other extra. They tweaked this one a little bit. There's some added bonus stuff to this one as well. I don't have the light gun for the Xbox, so you can actually use the controller, and this is one of the few games where the controller works freaking really well, man, for to act as the actual light gun. I had no issues with moving the cursor around or anything whatsoever. I think it played great. I was really excited actually of how well it played, because most times when you use controllers, I find like the cursor's just all over the place. But look at these guys, man. They're here for the Swamp Thing reunion concert. Yeah, I took maybe like a hit or two, but otherwise I had no issue shooting these guys using the Xbox controller. I did find though, I think if you saw my light gun shooter video for the Wii, I found that the graphics on this one compared to the Wii ones, these seemed a little different. I'm not saying better or bad, it just seemed different, but. Phantasy Star, again, this takes me back to my Dreamcast days again. I played this on Dreamcast like relentlessly. This is one of these games I like to play at night just to kind of wind down. The different missions and stories that they send you on are just fantastic. I love the whole like teleporting into the different world and just accomplishing, the task at hand. This is way better for me with friends. This is one of a few games that are out there right now that you can still play online, which is awesome. You can still play this online with the Dreamcast, the GameCube, and I believe currently the Xbox now as well, with the Insignia program. But yeah, this is definitely a good one with friends. And they made a more modern one, if I remember correctly, that I have on the Xbox One, but I really couldn't get into it. It didn't have the same feel, or I don't know, that this one did. I love this one the best. Alright, here's a sequel to Shenmue II. Beautiful game. I do have the remastered one for the Xbox One, but I mean, look at this here. I mean, look at those colors, man. This is just vivid and gorgeous. I did a really great job, man. I'm telling you, the Xbox was just ahead of its time. But in this one, you return as Ryo Hazuki. You're arriving in Hong Kong. This is taking place in 1987. And you're in pursuit of your father's killer.
Where are you heading to? I'm looking for a place called One's Eye.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know about you all, but I've traveled a lot, and every place I've ever showed up to, I've never had this kind of like greeting where people were just instantly seeking photography and tour guides and you know, other things at a port like this. But I don't know. What makes this game too pretty awesome is that this also features a night and day system, and this also had weather effects put into it, which I thought was also really cool too. This game seemed like it was pretty ahead of its time for sure.
Someone just took a picture of you. He's going to try and sell it to you.
Not the greatest acting though. The voice acting seemed a little, I don't know, sterile. This is a fantastic series. Both of these games are great though.
If you need a place to stay, try that Free Stay Lodge.
Free Stay Lodge?
You can always stay there for free.
You are so kind.
Free Stay Lodge, that sounds trustworthy. Definitely want to go in there.
Well,
Bye kidney.
bye, Rio.
It's probably good he knows martial arts.
Goodbye.
Yeah, here's some weird ones, man. Worms, 3D, and then there's another one after this. I don't know, man. I just for the longest, I've never played. First of all, I've never played any Worms games until now. For this video, I played these couple of games here. I don't know. They've just never appealed to me. I don't know why. I just couldn't get into it. Same thing with like Lemmings. If you guys like the game Lemmings, those kind of games don't really do anything for me. You can hate on me in the comments if you want to. I don't know, maybe like Lemmings or this, you know, Worms changed your life, but they're just not for me. This was an interesting take on it though. They brought it into, as you can see here, a 3D environment, and the worm definitely looks very off-putting. I don't really like looking at it. Funny too that when he's holding a bazooka. But yeah, I don't know. This is for somebody, that's for sure. It's just not me. Go, baby man, go. Here's the other one I was talking about, Worms Forts Under Siege. This one was kind of interesting because you can kind of build stuff and set up kind of like Rampart or those style games where you got to like enhance your fort, and then the computer did a lot of the work for me, honestly. Like it was, you'd make your moves and then like your computer players, they go and do their thing too. So again, this not for me, but it's a Sega title. It's on Xbox, and someone out there who's watching this, they'll love this, and that's all right, man. That's all right by me. You know, everyone can play whatever they want. I'm not one of those people that's like, hey, I'm just telling you personally, I couldn't get into it. So I've got worms, Harry, worms. All right, ToeJam and Earl, man. Woo! Man, I'm a big fan of the Sega Genesis versions of these, and this one is just tremendous. Look how beautiful it looks, man. Gorgeous graphics. The story's pretty cool. I think that this was going to be for the Nintendo 64 and Dreamcast also, but it got canceled. But yeah, you're on Earth now this time, and you're trying to retrieve the stolen 12 sacred albums of funk and return them to Lamont, the Funkopotamus. So, also interesting enough, funk from this game has been described as an actual parody of the Force from Star Wars. So, for you retro believers who are watching this right now, may the funk be with you. And you know that's a good thing. But yeah, I really like how they did this. There's not much I could have showed you in this level. I played this level before, but essentially you want to go around and collect keys and make your way out of each level. And don't be unfunky. Here's a Taito Legends. I only put this in here just because it was published by Sega, and I don't think Sega had anything else to do with this in any other aspect other than they published it. So I put it on here. I was like, why not? Just showing off the different amazing Taito arcade games that they have in here. Pretty cool to have on disc. I mean, if you're a big Taito arcade fan. Alright, Super Monkey Ball. This one really doesn't, I hope, need a lot of explaining. I'm trying to add a little more info to games in my videos instead of just telling a lot of, you know, stupid jokes or saying, you know, whatever. Because, you know, I'm wearing a suit. But this one, yes, pretty self-explanatory. You collect bananas, you navigate the little mazes here, and try not to fall off and die. So these are fun. I've been playing these for a while. These are nice to pick up and play, you know, quick levels here and there, but yeah, this gets really hairy right here, man. I definitely fall. How dramatic it is too. I mean, it's falling in lava, so. Spikeout, this one, Spikeout Battle Street. This is part of the Spikeout series, so if you're familiar with the Spikeout series, this is just a follow-on to that series. But man, I've never played this one before either, and I gotta tell you, this one was super fun. I mean, anytime you can just go through the streets here and let everyone know that pink pants are in, and you're not gonna take it anymore, I'm all for that. So, but yeah, he's quite the brawler. But it played really well from what I played. The fighting mechanics just felt like more of just a 3D, you know, a come to life, like a Streets of Rage, you know. But I definitely enjoyed this one. This is one definitely worth checking out. Alright, here's Spartan Total Warrior. Not to be confused with Spartan Total Fitness. If any of you are using that program, these two are not affiliated, so don't get excited. But this is a pretty awesome game. Basically, you are a Spartan Warrior, you're secretly guided by the god Ares, and you fight alongside Greek allies against the invading Roman Empire. And there's, they said the plot involves figures from both Greek and Roman mythology, and it is the only installment in the series to have been released for video game consoles rather than PCs. Like, I guess normally this was a PC game, so. But yeah, I mean, what can you say? It played really great. I had no problem with the fighting mechanics. The cool slow-mo fight attack style was pretty awesome, and I thought the scenery was great. I tried to run around a little bit so you can kind of see the landscape a little bit. Not because I was scared, I was just kind of like, hey, look at this, look over here. Hey guys, what are you doing? Alright, Sega Soccer Slam. So I know I'm going to get blown up in the comments for this because everyone's going to be like, you made a Sega on the Xbox video, where are the Sega Sports games? Where's Sega Sports? Sega Sports, Sega Sports. I only put this one in here because this is a fun sports game, kind of like a, you know, like if you have friends, it's kind of a, you know, cartoony. This isn't like a serious, intense whatever. If I put all the other Sega sports games in this video, no kidding, would probably have been like an hour and a half long. So I will probably at some point, if you've made it this far and you're watching and you're still listening to me in my voice, I will at some point make a Sega Sports video, like a Sega Sports game on Xbox or something like that down the road. Because there's a ton between NCAA, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, you name it. There's just a ton of sports games. So if you're gonna get angry in the comments, please watch the video at least up to this point, hopefully, and know that there will be another video coming. It's just not gonna be in this one. So. This video already was long enough, man. This for sure, I think, is my longest video I've ever made, so. Alright. Sega GT Online, and of course Sega GT 2002 will follow after this one. classic racing games. I wish I was better at these. I'm so used to arcade style racing with like the drifting, and just this one's very not sluggish, but you gotta be very, very like tender with the controls, if that makes sense. So, but they're beautiful games. You know, it's the concept, race and win. So I love them. I just wish I was better at them. It's kind of like all over the road here. It definitely would be pulled over at this point. This is real life if I was just driving down the highway like this. Alright, Sega GT 2002. I think this one actually looks better visually. Just the colors, everything just seemed a lot brighter. Same thing, I still suck really bad at this. But that's the beauty of video games is, even if you're not great at them, you're going to keep trying and you're going to still enjoy them, hopefully. I don't know, unless you're just one of those rage quitters, man. I used to be like that. I'd be so mad, man. But I don't know. What's the point, You'd always just turn it off till you just come back to it later. Yeah, I definitely think I was doing better in this one, though. I definitely was getting the driving down a little bit. I wish I could have surged a little further ahead for you all and got a little further up in the front here. But I think I finished recording here around 5th or so and went on to the next vid. Alright, man, this is one hell of a beautiful game right here. This level here that I recorded, unfortunately, because I'm pretty far ahead right now in the game. It probably doesn't do it justice. Some of the earlier stages are just beautiful with the green lush scenery and just flying through all of that. But I've been a fan of the Panzer Dragoon series since Sega Saturn days, and I just love how they play. I love this one especially. The gameplay mechanics, the lock-on ability to just lock on to multiple targets. It just plays fantastic. It's a beautiful, fantastic game with great music. This is one that I hope is in everyone's Xbox collection. Just an amazing game. Also, if you play this for 5.5 hours, you unlock the original Panzer Dragoon. So even if you don't beat this one, you can still unlock the other one if that's like a goal for you. Which I haven't done yet. I need to still unlock it. I don't even know how many hours I played. I think I'm at like 3.5, almost 4 hours maybe. So I'm getting there. But I probably got distracted by something else and played that instead. Otogi. These are cool games, man. There's two, obviously. Otogi Myth of Demons. This is the first one here. And basically you are an executioner and you are attempting to purge the demons that have overrun Japan and restore the great seal that kept them at bay. So some great seal had been broken, and then the demons were like, ballroom blitz, and they just kind of came out, and you're here to put them back to bed. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? If you haven't played this one, this is a definite one to pick up. Great graphics, gameplay mechanics. I love the fighting style. Everything seems to work in this one. Everything has that ominous feel too to it. Like you just know, like, no kidding, hell has broken loose. So. So here we are with Otogi 2. Again, you assume the same role. The undead warrior charged with another task of vanquishing demonic infestation that has apparently again plagued Japan's sacred capital. Yeah, you just want to destroy invading demons. But you're not alone this time. You have allies this time. And so you've got other people that help out in this game as well. So I guess that's something they just wanted to, But same thing as the first one, plays great. Visually it's great, so definitely, these are definitely great games to have. I honestly, none of the games in this is probably one of the first videos where I haven't disliked a game other than, I think, well, Worms. It's not that I didn't dislike it, it wasn't for me. But this is the first time where I haven't said out loud in a video or like, I hate this game. These have all been pretty awesome games. So, and I'm not just saying that because I'm the Sega fanboy. I told you I was, but let's get into some OutRun. As a kid who loved sitting in those bucket seats playing OutRun and other driving games, this one, man, is magnificent. Both of them are magnificent. The next one is better than this one, but that's my opinion. But either way, both of them are fantastic. These are just great games. The music is a little repetitive at times because you've got to unlock more tracks as you go, but the different elements to this game, like you can just do standard race. You can race against your rivals, and then you can do where you're like trying to impress your girlfriend, and there's like things where you have to like ram cars or do power slides for a certain amount of time. Or this game will definitely like keep you replaying all the time. It has so many different elements to it, and same with the second one that you'll never run out of reasons to want to play this, honestly. Both games, I just made it to the first checkpoint and just kind of punched out. Really hard to keep this video short. I tried my best. So yeah, here we go with OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast. This one to me visually looks way better. Gameplay still plays great though. It's still the same controls. Like, it doesn't feel like they changed anything. Drifting feels fantastic. Feels easy. I don't know, what can I say about these games, man? They're just amazing. These are my favorite too, or like if I want to play something quick before dinner, or it's getting late and I don't know, I want to like go back in the house, or like within the next half hour, this is something I'll pop on and play. Oof. Hey, are you ready to make some money? Was that good? Was that a good impression? Crazy Taxi High Roller, fantastic game. This is kind of like the best of all the Crazy Taxis in one disc, with this Vegas element. You drive around in Vegas here. Vegas is the only one I show, but they do have Big Apple in here, so that would be like the city, New York one. And then there's another one that was similar to the Dreamcast version. But yeah, dude, I will never tire of Crazy Taxi. If you know me, if you had followed my previous Facebook page, or if you have seen in my other videos, I'm a big Crazy Taxi fan. I love it. This is another one that was featured in Gamer Aimer's video as well. She had a couple others too in her video, Headhunter and some other ones, but you should watch her channel, Gamer Aimer. She did a cool Xbox video of titles that need to come back, which I know I've already mentioned, but this was one of them though, and definitely needs to come back. I'd love to see a modern version of Crazy Taxi come back, and I think we might be getting it with Sega's new resurgence here in the future of titles that they talked about re-releasing. So, and one of those was also Jet Set. All right, that was the list of Sega games. Hopefully I didn't forget any. If I did, let me know in the comments. You guys are always good about that. So, but yeah, what can you say, man? Like some Sega GT. I said Jet Grind. I always say Jet Grind, but it's Jet Set for the Xbox. Dude, I big fan of those games. I love them on anything. So I'm always gonna play those things to death. All the music is usually pretty fantastic, give or take a couple songs, and you probably know what those songs are. So. But Panzer Dragoon, Orta, big fan of the Panzer series, man, ever since the days of the Saturn. Threw in Monkey Ball, I think I covered a pretty good amount of Sega games that hopefully you guys will like on this list. But again, I'm old and I forget some games, or someone will remind me in the comments. I'm like, damn it. And that's how part 2 videos are born, though. So if I forgot anything, man, that just means there's a birth of another video waiting to happen. So that's always good, right? So, yeah, man, as always, I appreciate you all watching, because, I mean, you could watch anything else, but people seem, I guess, to like the dude on the couch, and that's all right with me. And if it's all right with you, just keep watching. And like I've been saying in every video, we're always just looking for the next thing to play. So hopefully you found something to play in this vid, and I'll catch you in the next video. And again, man, as always, just from the bottom of my heart, man, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.